we noticed over the last week, we've seen a pretty significant increase in the number of people who have subscribed to us. Thank you. We're so glad you're here. Welcome. We are just a bunch of nerds who love the Lord Jesus and play pretty clean because of it overall, but we try to make compelling narratives that still hold fast to our faith. And it is a friendly community. We love meeting new people. If you are new, please tell us in the comments where you're from. It really helps not only build engagement, but it helps us learn more about our audience, and we want to learn more about you. And if you are a subscriber on our YouTube channel but are not yet on our Facebook page, the Holy Rollers D&D group, please join us over there, because we occasionally will ask, do you guys have prayer requests? We'll share in-game images. We'll occasionally share conversations from behind the scenes that didn't have time to happen on camera. And in general, it's just a dang good time. So we've rolled for prayer, as is our custom, and Mr. Jesse won with a 13. I have noticed the more abysmal the prayer rolls are, the better the in-game rolls are, so let's get them all out of the way now. Mr. Jesse, when you are ready, sir, please take us before the Lord.
Father, thank you, Lord, just for this opportunity to gather together with friends, for the ability to play this game together, and just I want to say thank you, Lord, that not a lot of people have such a core group of friends that they get to see every week for years at a time. And I just want to express how thankful I am for these people in my life, Lord. I pray, Lord, that you will be with Dennis today, keep him safe, and watch over him. I pray, Lord, that you will bless those that take their time to watch us. I pray, Lord, that our story will be compelling and glorifying to you, Lord. That through this, our storytelling and our play, that we can share how good you are and share what you're like, Lord, and glorify you. Be with us tonight, and just thank you. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Okie dokie, artichokes. So, who wants to go for the recap? If you're new here, we do a recap every session. Somebody volunteers or is voluntold, and they get an inspiration from that they can stack. And part of the kind of fun metagame we do is the more inspirations you gather, the more chances you have to use them in groups. You can use 3 of them to succeed on a important saving throw. And you can use 3 for a critical hit at any point, or 5 for a saving throw auto pass. And that kind of incentivizes my players to pay attention and also remember stuff. But in general, it's just fun to watch them sweat over when they have to use their stash. So, who would like to go for recap dice? Mr.
Not me, because
Joffrey,
I
it's
don't
about
pay
your time.
attention.
Yep, you have the least of them, and it's okay. Um,
Hey, he's got a couple role play.
That's right.
we love you anyway.
That's right. That's all that matters.
So our Riker and Lydell run.
It was a juicy one last week.
Oh, Riker and Lydell's conversation in the room with Riker basically causing Lydell to have, I won't say a crisis of faith, but Lydell is reviewing life choices after their talk, and not because he doubts it, but Riker is so adamant in not touching Seal Bearer Tor under any circumstances, to the point of like questioning and threatening their friendship that they've had. That it's that means that much that Lydell stays away and doesn't move through on this contract. Meanwhile, Red gets into a tizzy with Kellamvor over the questioning why he was not informed that the Empress is a former cleric of Kellamvor, and receives no clear information on that, and
Who would have
still
thought that a
turn.
god has bad communication skills?
Well, they are hiding behind the fact that Netstone is preventing a lot of communication and prayers from not really going through. Um, the and finds out that the angel that was supposed to come back to the group after the Temple of Dawn is cleared, Jonathel, is missing.
A planetar.
A
Just
planetar.
shy of demigods in their power. Wonder what
Hmm.
happened to him.
I'm sure that's not going to come back to bite us. While this is happening, the barbarians decide to go shopping for supplies and did not roll high enough to avoid getting scammed, funny enough. Then take that opportunity to approach the seal bearer's house to try and find information about this raven or dark haired beauty that the former clothesman sent them after. And I've learned A, the seal bearer has a very tight no business after 7 o'clock rule. May have accidentally gotten somebody killed as a result. And two, there are a lot of blondes in Jandril. A unsubstantial amount of blonde people with elven features, which has kind of got a little bit of a bookie thing. And they were explicitly told by one of the shopkeepers when, not if, when the corpse contractor comes to them, do not take the deal. Told very hauntingly with the amount of undead that Jandril possesses. And that is basically it. The group returns for the night and sleeps, awakening the next day for whatever the day brings. And Red was left to sleep alone for once.
Nice. Excellent job. Yeah, Red just got a bedroom to himself to do spooky goth stuff in. And, you know,
It's not a phase, Mom.
it's not a phase, Bob. 'Cause tonight will be the
That's
night that I will fall for you. Or is that emo?
Same, I might, yeah, it's emo, but it fits
Minus the
Red.
white
I think
makeup.
you
It's
just
yeah.
brought a whole fandom like into the chat.
To its
Right.
knees. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Comment below. Were you emo or goth in your days, or are you still? And how does that
Was it
impact your
really a
D&D
phase
play?
or was it not a phase?
Was it? Yes. Comment below. Was it a phase? That's
Where
fantastic.
does rock metalheads fall in this, where you didn't realize you were one and hung with that crowd and realized you were just a metalhead in denial?
Emo, I think. I would think that's more emo. I don't know. That could be either.
It
'Cause
depends,
that
You
was
know?
I think.
that was my camp.
I wasn't a metalhead back then, but I am now.
That's what I'm referring to.
Mhm, mm.
So we get a long rest, presumably, yes.
Yes, you sleep the night. It's nice to be in a bed again, not just on a hard, like, rundown temple floor or in the woods somewhere or wiping blood off of blades. So, yes, you sleep, you have a long rest. Congratulations. You wake up, the day is yours. What would you like to do?
Find this gorgeously beautiful chisel cut cheek girl. That's what I
All
want
right.
to do.
How would you like
I'm
to
to-
go
I'm
about it?
intrigued.
We should first connect with the group and inform them
That's
about
very true.
the I think Red should know about that corpse contractor. That seems like something up his alley.
Red,
what
where do
contractor?
the barbarians find you?
So let's see. So we're
It's morning. You've all
okay.
have woken up.
At that point downstairs,
Mm.
eating and journaling.
Okay.
I'm
Ed knows how to
presuming
write.
does
He is a
Yes, Red
cleric.
knows how to write. He's a cleric. And as you walk up, I like slam the journal like super fast. Like this is my secret diary. You can't read it.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Oh my gosh, he's so
Rourne will
goth.
just
Oh
look
my
ever
gosh.
Rourne will look ever so
Red
slightly
and
just
Lydia.
And then
Like-
I lock
Rourne will
it.
look like-
And then I lock it with the little
Lyra.
heart-shaped lock.
Mhm.
Just-
Or like one of those,
Yeah,
one of
around your
those
neck.
ones where you had like to say your voice.
Yes, I had those.
You know
Oh.
what's hilarious? One of my best friend had that, and I actually was able to open it.
My brother was able to open mine.
Yeah,
those
So I
were
never put
fun.
anything real sensitive in it. That was my decoy diary.
yeah.
It's all
Rourke will
about
look just
OPSEC, guys, Operation Security.
That's right.
looking ever so slightly like, really? You don't trust me, but then looks and sees. Does
Right.
Riker come out of the room or does Riker stay in the room?
Good question. Does Riker come out?
Or does he send the cardboard cutout of Lydell to collect food and return back into
Jesse?
Sorry.
There you are. It's okay, brother. It's all right. We directed that at you.
Signs
Does
of
Riker
life. Signs of
bless
life.
your heart? Just hold your finger up like this. That way yeah, there you go.
Just
We
to be
know.
clear for anybody that's watching, I had a hospital visit earlier, so I'm on like prescribed drugs, not anything else. So
But he's on drugs.
Yes.
He on
I am
drugs.
So
We
does
may make some jokes about it. It's in good taste. He's okay with it.
would
all right, I'm
Riker
sorry. What
send
was the question?
would
The
Riker
question was,
send Lydell down or the cardboard cutout of Lydell down to grab food and then bring the food back up? Because would Riker come down himself or would he stay
Oh no,
holed
Riker,
up?
like he woke up and he took the covers, went and just basically is like cocooning himself in the bed, just like please don't
So
like.
cardboard cutout of Lydell comes down the stairs to grab food and then just
yep,
So it
Just
seems
went
like
back.
walks back up.
the only other person that might come with us is
Red.
okay, whatever.
So Red.
Lord
Three
help us.
Musketeers. Let's
Hmm.
do it.
Oh, two things. First off, um, a rather unsettling bit of information was given to us at the market yesterday. We're going to need to get the money from the Lydell about the food. There is something here called a corpse contractor who will be making contact with us at some point. In your, I'm guessing this is something that falls outside the purview of the normal death clericisms and is an affront to nature.
What?
Red, would you like to roll some kind of a check for that?
Yeah. What do you want?
Religion, probably.
Okay. Would I know anything with a 17?
Probably not.
Oh.
Would you permit, because
Seeing as you
weren't
are
proficient, would is this something that would have started during the right before Rorn was brought down in the denunciation?
roll me a history check.
No,
Never mind.
I would say
uh,
you actually get. I'm not even joking. I thought about giving you advantage before you rolled it, but now it's going to sound like I'm just trying to make stuff up. Yeah, roll me with advantage because it is to do, I think, with more your time period.
okay, that's much better. That brings it from a 7 to a 21.
That is better. Red looks a little confused, but as he looks at you confused, you actually recall from your time in the regime, corpse contractors were something of a necessary evil to the regime. They were more freelance typically than body barons. So body barons usually had networks of corpse contractors working for them, but sometimes a corpse contractor could be independent. Either way, both parties would sell corpses to the regime. Body barons would dig them up sometimes, orchestrate, you know, stuff that so that a lot of corpses would just
So
appear.
that group that Rorn decimated, desecrating a mass grave, were body
Mhm.
barons.
They worked for a body baron.
Oh, so they were corpse contractors working for a body baron,
Mhm.
basically.
But the real problem that the Empress had with body bear or with corpse contractors was they wouldn't just go after dead bodies. Um, they're called contractors for a reason. They would approach people in desperate situations and offer to prepay for their body while they were alive and contract for their corpse after they died. And although there was not a lot of regulation or proof around it, some of the more unscrupulous ones were suspected of, shall we say, hastening
Arranging.
the completion of that contract in various unscrupulous ways. So they
But why
were.
would they say that they're going to come after us? Roran kind of like stops as he tells Red and kind of just, hold on, sorry, I just brain fart. I just answered my question. Those poor saps that we butchered out of that mass grave. they were corpse contractors, but why would they presume that they're going to need to send someone after us? I mean, we're adventurers. It's heroes of Dessel. Why would they send a corpse contractor after us?
A body's a body.
Probably more valuable now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, the more dangerous we get, I'm guessing the more Moira's going to kind of know that we exist, and maybe she doesn't like that.
I don't know if they would. Point being, we will probably be. That Monketia did not it seem like it was inevitable that somebody would be approaching us.
And we should
So,
not take the deal
no,
ever.
we should not take the deal.
And now that I understand exactly what a corpse contractor is, I don't think I'd want to, regardless. So,
It is a new day,
You
so if Genji, you do anything funny, I get to roll again and see if I actually do catch on.
okay.
you have been around this town for about 12 to 24 hours at this point, and you definitely have seen the repercussions of corruption in the economics of the town. Food is exorbitantly priced. At least Red informs you when you tell him about the prices. It's exorbitantly priced. And although it is a communal, like a town of artisans who ply a trade that is apparently still in high demand, it is not an easy place to survive monetarily. And you imagine if someone was desperate enough to feed their family, they would probably go with a course contractor just to ensure that their kids ate. Um, it's not impossible to believe, given the climate of this town, that people, one, view their lives as discountable, and two, would make some really difficult choices to ensure their loved ones continued on, even in their absence. Um, Three, you could also surmise that based on what you have seen of the world so far, like since you were resurrected, the stronger the body, the more valuable it is. Case in
Uh-oh.
Not
Did she
just me,
freeze
right?
frame?
Okay, it's not just me.
Nope,
That's
it's not just
fair.
me.
Okay, I thought it was me for a second. I was
other
like, oh my
individuals.
gosh.
Hey, Steph, if
What?
you can hear us, you froze.
Dang it. Hang on.
Go 10 seconds
There you
back.
are.
Or just leave.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, can you
Yeah.
hear us?
Where did you lose me?
10 seconds ago.
Right at the beginning of your explanation.
Damn it. Okay. The so son of a gun. The corpse contractor. So where was I? See, now
Uh,
you're gonna ask me to remember 10 seconds
Sacrifice
ago.
themselves to feed their kids, and that was
Yes.
about it.
Um, you could also surmise, based on what you've seen of this world, that the more powerful the body, the more valuable it is. For instance, they put a desecrated paladin as a death knight guarding the tomb where you guys were laid, um, along with several hundred other individuals. So you can guess that even though you might be heroes of Dessel, or sorry, the friends of Dessel, champions of the arena, um, there's still a chance you're going to probably die at some point. Why not have whatever he has to offer in the meantime? Or at least that's the, you imagine, argument that many people are confronted with.
So is this like life insurance except they get your body?
Kinda. Uh,
Yeah.
and it's a guy who has no issues with potentially murking you to get that body sooner. So the American healthcare system. The sorry, the that all comes to like mind, and you guys are discussing it around the table in the morning. Um, you have set the goal. You want to find the dark-haired woman of this Taylor's dreams, who he only glimpsed once in this town. How would you like to
Considering
go
they're-
about finding?
considering everyone else is blonde, a dark-haired beauty would stick out like a skyline.
Right.
Like, surely if we asked around, somebody would be like, you know what? Maybe I've seen her.
So maybe we should only do the seal bearer as a last resort then.
I guess.
What do you think, Red? I, I think the rest of our compatriots are not going to be very social day.
Well, I would say we walk around town, see if we see this jet black hair individual, and if not, at least we have a backup plan to where to go to ask. I mean, the Silver did seem like a fairly nice gentleman. He did let us go.
That's what I said, and that's why I kind of went to him first. But apparently, he has a very strict after hours policy.
Yeah.
As do I. I understand.
Don't
who
disrupt my brooding time.
That's right.
who knows about Lytle's contract
Just
again?
roared. Just
Just
roared.
Rourne. Okay.
And
So
Roarin's gonna say it.
there's no reason for anybody else to really be suspicious of Mr.
Other
Tord.
than other than what Riker has told the group. We have the meta knowledge as players from listening to last week, but
Yeah, I was
actual
gonna say, I don't think he
PCs, we just
really said
know.
much, did he, to us?
I think all the party knows is Silbertor is Riker's uncle.
Mm-hmm.
He took over violently and believes that Riker is dead. And if he thinks Riker is alive, then he is going to come after him. And that is all Riker has said.
I'm pretty sure Riker said that we need to stay away from him and get out of town quickly.
Well, that's goes
Yeah, but
without
he
saying.
never said
We
why,
don't
so,
remember
like,
No, I
that.
didn't. No,
you know.
yeah, he didn't say why. Um, he just said stay away from him, and we need to get out of here quickly.
Also, Red would know because he overheard you yelling at Lytle in that spectacularly bleeped out tirade, that Lytle wants to kill him for some reason. Lytle wants to kill Cornelius Tor for some reason, the seal bearer. So you do have, questions about that.
Yeah, but Lydell wants to kill a lot of people.
That's fair.
I mean, he's basically the Grim Reaper from what we found out.
Yeah. Professional Grim Reaper.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll reap for gold.
Mm.
I mean, how do we know he's not part of the dead body thing? Maybe he's the killer.
Maybe. He did have that confessional with you guys sitting at a table in Dessel in your like ultra luxury like penthouse suite. Um Basically telling you guys what he did for a living at one point. And now he has a renewed purpose, but it now has a direction that is divinely inspired.
So
He
which
used to kill whoever could pay him, or he used to kill for whoever could pay him. Now kills for he kills evil.
Mhm. Oh, who do you think would be the best person in town to start probing for this information if they've seen this beauty? Market, it's a small town. There's got to be some place of traffic that.
Well, honestly, I kind of wonder, like, typical D&D, maybe we should talk to the barkeep first. He typically has seen probably most everybody in town, or has heard of most everybody in town.
Not bad idea. Red, you're more talkative and more likely to get something. Do you want to try that?
I mean, why not? I will.
I'm crying
Yep,
baby,
I hear
sorry. Hold on.
You're fine.
it. So I will scamper my way up to the bar, throw on the big pearly whites.
It looks like a corpse grinning. Go on.
100%, yeah.
He's got better charisma than both Roran and Genji, to be fair.
Yeah. That's true.
Excuse
So
me,
what do you
barkeep? Oh,
the
friends of
Dessel?
no, no, no. The friends of the Silbearer.
Attaboy.
We would like to locate an individual within the city.
The blonde elvish man whirls around with a sneer and then he realizes it's you. Part of the group who came last night, and he is now obligated to serve at his highest level, um, and pastes on a very, very false smile and says, "Ah, well, as I am sure you've noticed, we have a high degree of elvish blood and pride in our town, only a little bit of, corruption." He looks you up and down as a human, as if to indicate the humans are the corruption in his lovely town, and says, "The
Can
only
I
Ra."
insight that to see? Like, I know
Oh,
you have
yeah.
to. I want to just. I want to see if I
Oh,
pick
yeah.
up on that.
Yeah, you can see if you pick up on the not so subtle racism.
So that's a nat 20 for 28.
Oh, yeah, he hates your guts because of your round ears. But he's obligated to, be nice.
My friend, I get it. You don't like me because of what and who I am. However, we both know that if I am to walk across town and tell the Soulbear that you are being anything but cooperative, this building will be nothing but ashes before noon. It won't even last half day. So, let's try a real smile.
Roll an intimidation check.
With advantage, I would.
Yeah, I'll let it roll. Let's roll with advantage.
Alright,
Good
that
gosh.
is. Where's my intimidation? Ooh, intimidation's a +6, so that is going to be a 25, not that 20.
Yeah. So his pretty elvish face blanches, and, after
What
a
did you
minute, he kind of
do?
composes himself, and, his
He nat
smile
20
is
to read the
no less.
racism and basically threw it in his face and said, "Let's try that again because I have literally the power to have you shut down within minutes. So
Right, yeah,
let's
it's
try that again."
oh, Lord. Yeah,
Okay.
you he the smile is no less contrived, but it's a lot less, patronizing now. And he
I
says,
just want to look at him and go, see, that's better, isn't it? It feels good not to be fake. You know, like you elvish types usually are. See, it
"Oh
doesn't
my
feel good
god.
when you do it the other way. It's
Oh
quite
my god."
awful. I am
Yeah.
just looking
You hear a
for.
snicker as Roran just like overhears this with a natural 20 as well,
Yeah.
just like,
Yeah, Rowan's enjoying this immensely.
We
Um,
merely are looking for a stunningly beautiful woman with jet black hair. I'm assuming someone like that within your, and I will throw the air quotes hard, fair city would not be too difficult to remember, right?
you see him at this moment kind of vacillating wildly between panic at not having the answer he presumes you want, and also the answer he has is going to make you mad. Um, Eventually he kind of swallows and says, the only person I can off the top of my head think of who is raven haired um is Lady Ursula. Uh
Tell me about this woman. Friends, come here, and I'll wave over. I want Roran and
no,
Genji
the
to
second a
flank me.
name comes up, the barkeep sees the Azamir, the 7-foot Azamir, just like, great, like,
yep.
just like, how do you spell,
I
by
want
the
to be
way?
the meat in the barbarian sandwich right now. Just plop them on both sides.
Bro,
Be
it's
the pimp.
June phrasing. um,
So how what did you say? Lady.
Lady Ursula, or Ursula as it's pronounced in this fantasy world, um as the barbarians kind of enclose around their goth lunch meat, they
That's
I'm sorry.
that's better.
Rule. Moving on, moving on,
Moving
moving
on.
on.
The barkeep continues, she, I wouldn't necessarily call her, a traditional model's beauty, but she is she's the captain of the bodyguard for the seal bearer?
Ah, so we
You
do need to go see him.
you don't say.
Interesting.
Now, when you say she's not traditional beauty, are
I
we
don't know if I'm the
talking?
person I don't know if I'm the person to judge. He laughs extremely nervously.
I will give him the glare.
He's a half orc.
Oh,
Suppose she has a nice
Really?
suppose she has a nice figure,
that's
if that's your
it.
thing.
Is
Oh,
would you consider her jawline to be? How did
chiseled
we
like
have
diamond.
this? Yes, yes, exactly. Chiseled as diamond.
Y'all are great. I fucking love you. This guy is now officially like sweating down his face. He says, "Well, I suppose her cheekbones are rather high. Uh, look, I don't necessarily understand what constitutes beauty standards of a orcish nature. Maybe you'd best could lay eyes on her yourself."
I think that's a good idea.
I also
Bjorn,
think
that's
so.
enough. That's enough, Bjorn. Let the man breathe.
Marcus,
Quit making the poor elvish man sweat.
I'm gonna make it just a little worse. I'd go. Are his hands on the bar?
Yes, they are.
Okay. I will grab his hands, pick them up, kiss them, put them back down, and go. We'll see you
Ah!
soon. And turn
Uh,
around and walk out. I want him
he
to be
is
so confused about what is going on.
so as you do that, you can kind of hear a quiet elvish swear from behind you, the sound of a bottle clinking, and then the glug 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 as he jumps straight alcohol on his hands. Like
As I'm
some
walking out the door, like before the door closes, I'll go. I don't know what that means, but I'm sure it was a nicety and close.
fantastic.
For once, Roran's not going to clamp the mess, and he'll just turn. Again, the Azamar in town is going to look at him.
Mhm.
Thank you for your cooperation.
A phrase you have occasionally said before when you got what you wanted under Moira's leadership. And the
Hmm.
same kind of
Inflection.
hollow-eyed, yeah, the same kind of hollow-eyed uh anger, same hollow-eyed what's the word? D- demand for compliance comes through.
Hmm. It's like the angel man is saying, like, okay, now behave.
Yeah. Good boy. Yeah.
Good boy.
And then he'll turn around and he will follow Red out the door.
Nice. You got anything
it
you want to
sounds
add before you leave, Genji?
I'm just gonna walk out and not say anything. Maybe make uncomfortable eye contact as I leave, just to add.
just
That's my girl.
just that what's that gif of the guy, the older black gentleman in a wife beater who's just
Yes.
like
Samuel L.
Yes,
Jackson.
yes,
Yes.
yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
I'm familiar.
The exact, you know, the exact gif I'm talking about too.
Yes,
Um,
I do.
just mad dog him on the way out. Don't break eye contact. Oh goodness. You're now out on the streets of General. What were you going to say, Riker? I think you were speaking up. Was it you or was it Brandon?
no, I was. It sounds
Okay.
like this is an orc, but we're not looking for an orc, are we?
She's a half orc.
We don't know.
We don't know. All we were told was tall frame with waist length, dark hair, model frame, and cheekbones that could cut like diamonds. Was all we were told.
You
We
were not
Race,
told a
we
race.
assumed that she was going to be an elf, but we assumed very wrong,
yes,
apparently.
I've
Or
never been happier
she's
that we were
half
wrong.
orc, half elf, which would be kind of interesting because, like,
it'd be very interesting
how?
considering a town so proud of its blood for the captain of the Seal Bearers' personal guards to be a half orc. Roran is very curious, and his curiosity is like, one captain of the guard to another. I can't wait to meet this one.
uh, so you're out in the street. Um, People are moving around, and in the daylight, which you finally like, when you arrived at Jandal last night, it was kind of like late afternoon, early evening, and the sun was setting. You can now see the town in a lot more clarity. Um, the people here don't look hungry, but they do look kind of road hard, kind of haggard. Um, it's evident that like even though they have a highly pliable skill and they make money, it's being spent almost as fast as they can make it, and you can tell it's that kind of metaphorical hunger of someone who is one mistake away from entering a spiral that really wrecks their life. And uh, the undead that stagger among them in this town as kind of like a tacit body, kind of like a tacit guard in the town, uh, are completely oblivious to the upset that they wreak. Um, the warmth of the air has kind of the scent of pine because you're in a pretty large growth forest, and you can smell on the breeze um, the waft of the lakefront, like the scent of moisture in the air from like maybe a few hundred yards down the road is the lakefront. Um, so you know where the seal bearer's mansion is in relation to this space. Where would you like to go?
Don't see a reason to delay. Faster we take care of this business, faster we can allegedly make Riker happy and leave.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. So you
Lord
head
will, as
toward.
he passes Red, he will just hold a hand up like this, right about where it'd be like level to, is like offering like,
I will pop, pop him with a little high five, and off we go.
Nice. The bromance is strong once again.
Yeah.
Um,
We'll do the
yeah,
Top Gun high five when we start at the top and like circle each other
yeah,
and slap at the bottom.
yes, absolutely.
Roy would have to go like almost to like both knees just to,
You gotta have to spike it a little to get up to him. It's entertaining to me how unintentionally y'all have paired up. Riker and Lytle have backstory anyway as characters, but Red and Auroran were the odd couple in my head. And of course, Kenji and Genji are naturally quite paired. There's no way around that. So it's really entertaining to me how these relationships have just naturally kind of developed. Um, you
and then
make your
Riker's
way.
just trying to bully unsuccessfully everybody else in the party.
Right, right. The only person he truly respects is Lytle, which is just so again hilarious to watch. I wonder how that'll change in the near future. So the street narrows into like a small little thin strip of forest, and then it opens up again to this grand kind of driveway where it's beautiful laid brick and a wrought iron gate. It's even more impressive in the day than it was last night when you visited and talked to that gardener who had no clue. Um, the gate this morning is open, and the gardens beckon with bird song and the scent of flowers. Would you like to head up to the front gate or to the front entrance?
Absolutely.
All
Let's
right,
go.
the three, four of you head through the gardens. Uh, Roran, roll me a perception check.
Let's see. That will be a 14.
You're looking for him, but you don't see the gardener. He could, of course, just be in another area. It's not like you. That's proof positive that you got him uh,
Mm,
killed last night.
Yeah, he could
Just
be in
that,
another
yeah.
area buried.
Yeah.
right? He could be
Or it could,
fertilizer.
yeah.
Um, so you get to the front door, and this grand entry is before you. There's a golden lion's head knocker, and the door is obviously quite shut. What would you like to do? Do you want to knock? Do you want to waltz right in?
No, let's do this right.
I threw an insight just to see if I picked up on Roar
I
looking
can
for
just
anybody.
hear Genji in the back of my head, like, no, sneak in, do it, do it.
Right, I can, yeah, for sure. You push Genji back because it's not the time or place.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
as you knock Rorn, it echoes like loudly in the space beyond. And you step back and you wait, and within a minute or so, an elvish gentleman in a very like tight looking formal attire of like a servant shows up at the door and opens it and says, "Hello, how can I help you?"
Champions of Destiny here to see the seal bearer.
"Do you
And
have
one
an
other.
appointment?"
Wasn't aware the champions of Destiny needed an appointment. We weren't informed of such.
He rolls his eyes. All the elves here are super snooty, and says, "Ugh, one moment," and he shuts the door again.
This is
And
Juno's. Red, do we have to make appointments for? Actually, no. Rorn would know if you need to make appointments, but he's also used to. No, no, no. You don't tell the captain of the Empress's bodyguards to make an appointment. It's a
right,
he shows up and it's a you make accommodations or the accommodations
right,
will make you.
yeah, yeah, yeah. The you are used to operating in a role that carries a lot more authority, and this is kind of frustrating for you. Um, right, you. Oh goodness. So you wait probably a solid 8-10 minutes, and you're just about to like knock again when elvish butler guy appears and opens the door once more. He will accommodate you. He will see you now. It has to be brief. He has appointments.
Hmm.
And he opens the door more widely and gestures grandly for you to enter.
As we walk by, I'm just gonna be like, "Are you always this personable, or is this just a special day?"
He kind of looks down his nose at you in a way that is like, I don't have an answer to that, and or at least an answer that he would not get in trouble for uttering. And you enter the gloriously, I mean, lofty, tall, huge foyer of this mansion. You guys saw from the initial outside image. It's a huge building and very opulent and very beautifully appointed. Let me move y'all over there actually, because that makes sense. If you want to go into the Discord or not the Discord, the roll 20, you can. Let me see.
Dang it.
I
The
do
funny
not.
thing is, we passed. We were in Colorado.
Hmm.
No joke. There
Yeah.
was a mansion that
Hmm.
looked like this, like
Ooh.
Willy Wonka designed it. Like it was
Yeah.
that big, but that weird architecture. It was actually kind of jarring to see something like that in real life. So seeing this picture now, I'm like, I literally drove past something like this
There
in
is
real life
money in Colorado. I tell you what.
for stupid stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's just too much house. Like, how do you even enjoy that much house? It makes no sense to me. Um,
Are you
I
launching
hope you
the?
didn't leave something on the other end, 'cause
It
that'd
would
take
take
you a
you
day to
15
get.
minutes. You'd have to hail a taxi to Uber you to the other side.
for
Right.
real though. Here we go. I'll just put it up on the big
Thanks. It
yeah,
makes
here to help.
streaming it much easier.
Yeah, yeah, I
Oh,
got you, fam.
yay. Okay, perfect. Let me
It
join
almost
it.
makes too much sense to do it that way, Brandon. Sorry.
Right.
Okie dokie. Again, I don't have a like floor plan for this particular mansion, but you enter through the main entry, which is kind of like on like here, actually.
Mm,
Okay,
Like
okay.
on the right-hand side of the building. Yeah. And
ah.
he escorts you up several flights of stairs to the top of a tower that is, I think it's this tower. Like literally all the other like the other side of the house. So you get as you walk to see a lot of really like gorgeous art and architecture and
That's fair
not
enough that
into very
I'm rolling a con save to make sure I don't pass out.
yeah,
Make sure you don't what?
Make sure I don't
pass
pass
out.
out from the 30-mile walk across the.
Oh,
Right, right.
Like, this house is large enough that it needs a magical walking, like a walking path that just moves you along. Like you have in the airport, the just stand there.
Right, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Moving
the little
sidewalks. In the back of Roran's head, he's kind of going, I think even Lydell would have difficulty maneuvering here in a
yeah.
professional capacity.
There is so many different like turnoffs and halls and it's almost like a maze. If you didn't have the butler guy with you, you're not you would never find your way there, and unless he escorts you back, you're probably not going to find your way out very easily either.
I would just
Short
jump
of
out a window.
yeah, short of jumping through a window. Yeah, I imagine you would. Um, you finally get to the top of this tower's door, and with a uh, respectful knock, the butler announces you. And from within, you hear, "Enter." And he opens the door, steps to the side, and lets all three of you through. The air in the room is very odd. As you step in, you realize there's another person there. And I'm going to put his token on this like image that is clearly not meant to be on just because I want you to be able to see. He's in the middle. Actually, he's near the tower. Can you see him?
Yes.
Okay, I blew him up a little bit.
Oh,
Oh,
what?
interesting.
What? Who is that?
See, this is
Still
kind of what I was thinking with chiseled cheekbones thing.
uh Seal Bearer Cornelius Tor is standing behind his desk, and this, for lack of a better term, creature is sitting with his feet up on the other side of the desk. And he looks over his shoulder lazily, and he has no pupils and no iris. It's just a flat gray sclera. And his skin is
Don't like that.
gray.
It's
Yeah.
creepy.
And his hair is like a stark white. All of you roll me, let's say, a nature check.
Okay.
Okay. I unfortunately have an idea who this might be. And
I rolled a 17.
17.
Okay.
14.
What was that, Roy?
17 as well.
14.
And red? Okay. I'd say that uh the 17s definitely get it. And Roran, you most assuredly get it. The DC is lower for you because you have bet this individual.
That's what Roran's
This,
suddenly aware because he's clean shaven now. So if this person looks at Roran, there is a chance he might recognize Roran if it is who I think it is.
I will let you roll a um dexterity saving throw if you want to kind of duck behind the door frame long enough to like muss up your hair.
There's no hair to muss up. It's
Like the tear on your head, I mean, or something, anything.
I will attempt it. I mean, what you're allowing that because Roran was not anticipating having to meet an individual. You said dex save or dex check?
Well, you're not saving against an effect. We'll call it whichever one's better for you. I could argue it both ways.
Okay, well, a dex check for me would be an 18.
Okay. Um, you, in a moment of heart pounding panic, duck behind the door frame just long enough to, as Butler guy is walking away, so you're not seen. You kind of look wildly around this hallway for something, anything to help disguise yourself, and you hear, you look over your shoulder, and there's a large portrait on the wall, and without like with hoping against hope that the housekeepers in this place are slack in some way, you run your finger along the top of the frame, and sure enough, it comes back and there's like a thick layer of dust. You could potentially use this to disfigure your face, make it dirty. And since you're not in your golden armor, the iconic golden armor, it's a pretty good chance he wouldn't recognize you.
You will hold on to that
Okay?
because I mean he's not hiding anymore, but there's not hiding, and this is the worst possible individual to be the first one to recognize him.
Also, as a reminder, no one's looking for a dead man.
This is true. However, all it takes is enough of a you remind me
Uh-huh.
of
Yeah.
somebody. And I'm not saying who I think this is because it has not been revealed, but we don't want our goose cooked just yet. And this would be the worst possible person to cook our goose.
The individual behind the desk is not even remotely concerned with your presence. He sits with the kind of the sink of authority that indicates he knows he has the seal bearer's complete attention. Um, the Cornelius tour like it has this look of almost like frustration, as in he wishes he could move on from this individual to anything, but this individual is demanding way more of his attention than he's wanting to give at this moment. He looks over the individual's shoulder to you guys and says, "Ah, champions of Dessel, friends, do forgive the impolite greeting last night. We were not expecting you, one, and two, we were otherwise occupied with our guest. Meet General Tharius Blackroot."
Wait,
Blackroot
wait,
or bloodroot?
wait,
Black Bloodroot. Did I say Bloodroot? Sorry.
wait, brain. I was reading
Yeah.
something that I wrote down in the beginning.
Yep.
Mhm.
hmm
Wait,
Okay, so this is not the person I thought it is, but just as bad.
Who did you think it was?
The Lich.
Oh, we will see about him, but no, not him.
yeah,
Um,
Kenji's over here like ding, 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 ding. Like,
yeah,
mm, mm-hmm.
Blackroot. Tharius
It's
Blackroot.
it's Blackroot. Okay, I will make a note in
I
the
had to make
notes.
sure because I haven't uttered his name or seen or like read it in a while. Um, he waves his hand like without looking at you over his shoulder, as if to like greet you, but in a way that indicates he has no interest in getting to know you, and says, "Well, I suppose we can put a stop to what we've been discussing for now. After all, I have to find sustenance for my giants. Until next time, Cornelius." Um, he stands up from the chair, and you now notice he's like shorter than most people you've met. And he moves with this kind of eerie grace that's almost feline, but almost unnatural. And you notice as he stands up, he leaves a trail of dead leaves as he walks. Um, he smells as he passes you all without looking at any of you, like rotting vegetation and dead meat. And he has this kind of air of something that is not from this plane. With a 17 from the two of you guys other before, you would recognize this individual as a shifter. Um, and not in like the book talk romance sort of way. A shifter is an actual race in D&D 5e, and they are very fluid. Think Orin from Baldur's Gate 3 the game. They can be anyone, look like anyone, sound like anyone. But in this instance, with the amount of like leaves and the air around this guy, you get a sense he is a lot more nature based. But it's not nature based in the sense of it's nature from this plane. He is a conundrum to your senses, and in a way that kind of triggers that animal hindbrain panic in the back of your head of this is an unknown predator. Only you, Rorn, with some degree of familiarity with this individual, is able to tamp down on that. But he, as you remember, was always your least favorite to deal with.
And
Um,
that's saying something considering the other three.
he unsettled you the most of all of them. Um, Moira always tended to give him long-term missions that kept him the heck out of her presence. Um, it seems that he has been called closer to home in this instance. You wonder what brought him here near Jandrel. He leaves. He doesn't look at any of you. Certainly doesn't seem to recognize you, Rorn. He's so nonchalant about not caring who you are that he just walks right past you. And you have this heart-stopping moment of if he turns his head 2 inches, I'm gonna have to hurt somebody. Like I'm genuinely gonna have to throw down with this guy in a hallway. But he glides right past you and disappears down the stairs.
Consciously breathes a sigh of relief.
Yup.
Sorry to disturb you, or welcoming to disturb you, bearer, depending upon.
He he braces himself on the desk, takes a deep sigh. If that individual was so unsettling to you guys who are powerful warriors, how much more unsettling would it be to someone who's just a plain old human with authority, like Cornelius Tor? Um, and he grubs his face with one hand and says, "It's fine. Welcome the interruption from that creature. What can I help you with, friends of Dessel?"
It's a bit of an odd. You might recall yesterday I was asking about using your vast network to try and find an individual. We believe we actually might know who we're looking for. Do
Pray
you
tell.
have a Lady Ursula under your employ, perchance?
Yes, she is my bodyguard.
Would you mind summoning her? Thus far, we believe she is the one we have been sent to find to deliver something. It's harmless, I promise. Just
She
fulfilling
is
a request.
she is otherwise occupied, um, in the woods surrounding the town. Um, I can tell you where to find her.
Mm, by all means. Curious why you would leave your captain of the guard to sort you out with such individuals greeting you.
He gives a thin smile that indicates he has thoughts on the matter, but based on his allegiances, is going to keep them to himself.
I'm going to incite him in that, just a former profession. You
Mhm.
don't just, the captain of the guard does not leave unless they are been. Okay, I think I might be due for a dice change because that is a natural 20 for a total of 23 to try
Don't
and
change
read.
the dice. I'm enjoying this.
Keep that
He
dice.
Yeah, for real. For your sake. He smiles thinly and says, "She may be my my main living bodyguard." But he points up at the ceiling of this tower, "But she is far from my only source of defense." You look up, and one of those four-armed, two-legged robots is kind of like spidered in the roof of this tower, like in the ceiling of this tower. And from the look in its eyes, it's kind of in like a stasis mode, as if with a word of command, it could drop to his defense in this space and act as his bodyguard. Um, Hazards of the profession, and he tightens an ascot around his neck, and you notice a very bright red gem. Based on your other interactions with seal bearers, you know this to be the control gem for the undead in the town. It's also a manner by which the Empress can communicate briefly with seal bearers. It's a symbol of his power and authority over what she has given him. She's in the woods, out of the east gate. Uh, couldn't really trust anybody else with the task.
Well, we do not need to intrude onto any matters. We simply are fulfilling an obligation that we were sent to do. And as soon as we meet her, we will deliver what we need and we will leave her be to her mission. No interference.
So remind me of what were you inciting specifically? Forgive me. Were you inciting?
Jordan was inciting. He said he did not send her out by choice, and he's a captain, former captain of the Empress's bodyguards. So he was inciting what would what circumstances begrudgingly might cause someone to send their captain of the guard.
Sure. So the difference between the level at which you operated at as the Empress's bodyguard and the level at which this Ursula gal is probably required to operate at is the difference between the Secret Service and a celebrity's bodyguard. Um, just for like some modern context of what that would look like. You had way more riding on you than Ursula probably does. And as such, even though it's still a fraught position, she is capable of being sent out to do things. You were rarely outside of the Empress's range of speech, except when, of course, she sent you to soften some people up.
Yes, but that's because Roran did his job well in his training.
Yes. Um, I trust that. Uh, I trust that Amberglass. You assume he's referring to the gentleman who runs the sleeping Gryphon. Uh, I assume Amberglass treated you well.
Associate here can attest to that. Looks down at Red.
Is this the barkeep?
Yeah.
Amberglass is the barkeep. As you go to open your mouth, you feel Kellenvor's like spiritual hand kind of ghost over your mouth,
Ooh.
as if to say, "Don't cause death unless it's warranted." My cleric.
We might have gotten off on an interesting foot, but we're anything if not charming. He came around.
Uh, he
Now, as for the man that
smiles.
answered the door, different story. I'll mutter that under my breath.
Cornelius Tor's smile goes from thin and contrived to a little more genuine at what you said. And he says, "Well, do let me know if you run into any troubles with unsavory characters in the town. This place is a hub of economic boom and activity, and it attracts people who seek to parasitize it, shall we say."
Hmm.
By all means, Silver. Now we won't take any more of your time. We will be on our way to seek your charming captain to the east.
Awesome. You take your leave of Cornelius. You wonder, having met him, he seems like pretty chill. Um, Probably like he might have some like. Let's be real. His town is indicating severe signs of corruption based solely on one, the fact that he allows undead here. Two, the people are kind of haggard looking, and three of the overpriced food and among other things, you do wonder how deeply embedded he is in this corruption. But for now, you have your general mode of direction. So you exit the mansion, you go back into town, and you head east. Is there anything you want to do in town before you go into the woods?
Should we get the boys? Bring
I
them
was gonna say
along too.
maybe we should grab Riker and Lytle,
Yes,
or
I
at
feel
least
like I should let dear old Aragorn, or not, I should let Frodo know how stupid it would be.
okay. Which one's Frodo and which one's Aragorn?
Rord is Aragorn. Okay. Let's just say when he's speaking out in public, he's using the code names because I think I'm distracting and confusing everybody, DM included.
That's fine.
We
What?
should tell Lydell. We should let Lydell know how stupid it would be to go into that thing.
Let him know how stupid what.
Don't worry, I'm gonna let her know how stupid it would be to try something.
Okay.
So I guess we will head back to the inn.
Okay.
Uh, Genji, do you want to be the one to get the door, or should I try the door on them? I feel
Should
like
I
they'll
try? I'm sorry. I can barely hear you, and I've got you turned all the way up. What'd you say?
Genji, why don't you get the door for Lydell and Riker? Of the three of us, you're the one that Riker has the least problem with.
Okay.
I mean,
Thank you. By
I
the way,
could go get him. I don't mind.
that was super duper helpful, Joffrey. Thank you. Should I? I don't know. He's over here trying to like decide if he's gonna like sneak in there or if he's gonna be polite and knock just to mess with him. But he'll he'll be polite and
Boo.
knock loudly.
Like,
Yeah.
like SWAT knock or
Police search warrant.
that's right.
Yes. Yes. SWAT knock.
What knock? Jeez. Awesome. The you hear Lytle's quiet, steady voice say, "Enter."
Oh, it was
And
unlocked the whole time. Great.
I mean, Lytle's there. He's got no fear of a locked door. And he he is sitting on the edge of his bed across the room, and Riker is sitting on the edge of his bed. And they are kind of both leaned forward with their hands, like with their elbows on their knees and their hands kind of grasped, as if to like, you interrupted like a deep conversation. And both of them look, thank you, darling. Both of them look sort of, sorry, my husband refilled my water for me. Both of them look dissatisfied with the direction of the conversation thus far. I'm place holding that because I assume that when Lytle and Riker are both on stream again, there will be a follow-up conversation to what they were discussing in last episode, but we're just leaving a little placeholder there for that. The Kenji, you walk in on this and are like, that feels weird. What do you say to them?
I'll just walk in and I'll be like, sorry for interrupting. Riker, you're gonna get your way. We're leaving right now. Come on.
Riker has like bags under his eyes. They're dark. That he did not sleep last night at all. But when you say that, his eyes get a little bit brighter. Like, glad to hear that. What made you guys decide that we were leaving?
We may or may not have the location for Chisel Cheeks. And he's gonna leave it at that because I'm excited to meet this chick.
So yeah, they'll gather their stuff Riker will cast disguise self on himself.
Okay. Lytle will sheath his various blades and pocket his various vials of poison and give you a weighty look, Riker, and says, "This conversation is not over. Not by any stretch."
Not bad. That was
That's a
pretty good.
that's
Thank
a
you.
that's a
Thank you.
very good light
Good.
owl.
I'm giving myself inspiration for that. That's actually not bad.
DM
That's
gets
not far off.
inspiration. That's awesome.
DM inspiration. Oh, no.
Yes.
Uh,
And he stalks out the door before you do, Riker. You put on a disguise self spell, and it feels more comforting than you care to admit to have the gossamer brush of this magic over your skin. It's like a veil of concealment that keeps your secrets for you in a town that has so very many of them. You walk downstairs following Lytle and Kenji. Or is it Genji? You're not sure. You know? Do you know who it is? Or do you have not? Okay. So you don't know. You think it's always Genji all the time. And
Oh,
you all
God. Yeah, he hasn't picked up on it.
Okay. And you regroup in the kind of main area of the tavern. Um and as you guys do, um the door opens to the tavern, and all of the scant but present patrons who are there at this time of day look over their shoulders, grimace, and look away. And several of them actually get up and start moseying out like a couple of different side exits, like they don't want to be in the room with this individual.
uh-oh.
And I'm going to move us back to where is it? The bar.
Hmm.
Which bar did I use?
Why do I
Yeah,
get
round
a
table.
feel? Why do I get a feeling something is about to go down?
I have a feeling we're about to meet Mr. Dead Guy, Killer Dead Guy.
Mr.
Dead.
Mr. the Contractor.
Mr.
Yes,
the Contract.
Mr. Mr.
Mr.
Tractor,
the I love it so much.
Mr. Tractor.
Uh
Please, Coach Contractor was my father.
yeah, I swear. If I hadn't already given you inspo for what's it called, the recap dice, sir, I would be giving you another one now. That's fantastic. I'm gonna blow up his image a little bit. He's not obviously actually this large. Please just don't take it serious. Don't. It's not that serious, guys.
Oh my god,
Um,
huge.
Yeah, that's what you get for not paying attention.
That's right.
He
And we're all dead.
Yep, and you're all dead. He in walks a finely dressed gentleman with, I mean, immaculate, beautiful black clothes, tasteful but expensive kind of ornamentation, like a watch chain, a necklace, a ring. Um, this kind of what's the word? Debonair swoop to his hair, and almost this intentional kind of greasiness to it. You know how some people use way too much product? Um, he smells amazing. Like the cologne coming off this guy is some of the most expensive stuff you've ever smelled. But there's also this kind of ruffian edge to him through all of the many tattoos that are in his exposed kind of collarbone and chest area, and a couple of subtle ones on his face and hands. And he strides in with the air of, what's the word? The air of a salesman. And it immediately sets your teeth on edge. But at the same time, he has this swagger of charisma that kind of inspires you to want to at least hear what he has to say. Because you don't walk with that much swagger unless you know exactly what you're talking about and what you're trying to sell. Riker, would you please roll me a Well, I don't even think you need to roll. This is Zevlor.
I was afraid you were going to say that.
Mm,
I'm going to. You mean Zeldar?
yeah,
Zeldor?
thank you. Did I just so sorry. Zevlor is a character out of BG3. I apologize. Yes, that's him. What did you call it again?
Door. With the D.
Zeldor. Yeah, sorry. I'm gonna do that several times. I can feel it. Um,
Can I make I'm going to just make a I don't know, what kind of save would it be to try to keep a straight face and not like obviously like, you know, pucker up.
Con
um,
save.
yeah, I'd say so too.
Natural 20 for 24.
Dang.
The safety of the veil of magic over your body has inspired a degree of a little more courage in you than you have felt over the last several days, especially knowing where you were going to be heading to General. And
I would
you
like to say
managed to,
that is just the exterior. That's to control the exterior. The internal like is screaming
yeah.
bloody murder.
Oh, yeah, you're not in a good place mentally. That's not a bad representation. Dagnabbit. Um,
I just
that's
thought of like, who's this discount Devlin over here?
right. No,
Discount
genuinely, I
Devlin.
was not. I was trying for like a little bit of Devlin, but a whole lot of like snake oil salesman. That's the bigger picture. Anyway, um
I gotta say, Red is just fawning over his outfit.
his garb, his drip.
100%.
Roran is just like, well, here's the
I know
most
Kellamore said don't kill unless I
loud.
had to, but I want his clothing.
I'm guessing he has black hair or dark
He
hair.
does. He does, but he is not he's obviously not a female, so that would
Oh
not
no, it's more the fact of another person waltzing around like we own the place with dark hair in a place in this town. Roran is very curious.
he scans the room and locates all of you and opens his arms wide in this sort of friendliness that again sort of sets your teeth on edge and says, "Friends of Dessel, I never thought I'd live to see another group of champions from that arena. Welcome to General." Well, I say welcome. I don't actually live here.
Well, I'd say
Ew.
you're a bit too dark in the hair for these people.
Have you noticed?
It's
all these
odd not to.
And a
all
bit
these
dark in the clothing, I must say. Quite nice. And I'll like flourish my jacket.
he eyes you up and down and says, "I can see we have the same tailor. I am frick. What was his name? Varric Zaldor. I swear. This is what I get for napping, and nothing works in my brain. I am Varric Zeldor. It is a pleasure to meet all of you. Riker, you know this fellow from your past as distinctly not with this personality. You don't know what has happened to this guy over the last 15 to 20 years to completely and utterly change his charisma, but it's unsettling to say the least. You don't know if this is a facade that he's putting forth or if he literally got bonked on the head and changed. Either way,
Has he
the
has he visibly aged?
oh yeah, he's definitely gotten older. He still looks like the kind of aged that good skincare can kind of mitigate, but he has nonetheless aged. Funny enough, if I think about it, if he ever saw you again, you would not have aged.
Right. Well, I'm not saying a word. I'm going to just stand there and
Yep. Don't keep to
scooch a little
yourself.
bit back. behind
Yep.
Lydell and
Mm.
Riker and Red and Roran. And make sure I'm in the back.
For sure. For sure. I presume you have been told of my eventual contact with you.
Oh, you're him.
He gives a kind of pleased, flattered look and say, "Oh yes, I am the local corpse contractor. But make no mistake, I am here to help you."
Ugh.
Roran will just have like a hand on Red as kind of just more like down boy.
Right?
As soon as he says, I imagine Red will probably tense and Roran's just like the hand of like as a friend, but like the non-verbally say, let's not
Don't kill
start
him
some
yet.
let's
Don't kill him yet.
witnesses.
Won't you at least permit me? Hear me out. Before you completely discount me based on rumors and lies and ugliness from people who are naturally dissatisfied with what I have to offer, as a rule, not as a experience. Won't you at least give me a chance to plead my case? He gestures to Amberglass over his shoulder and says, "A round for my new friends."
It sounds like we don't have a choice.
Oh, there's always a choice.
Great. Well, then let's leave, guys. Bye.
Riker will grab Genji and just kind of nudge him to the table. Just he'll tilt his head. He's not saying anything, but it's like
Roran will like I do
That is a
apologize.
very Kenji reaction too, and I love it.
Just saying.
It's like, deuces, Kenji's out.
Kids like, girl, bye.
Yeah.
Quite
But
literally. You
I would love to hear your sales
and
pitch. However, we are on pressing matters, which we can 10 minutes. We can give you 10 minutes of our time before we are needed elsewhere. So
I won't even need 5, my tall friend.
I'm gonna look at my pocket watch and go, 450.
You are a funny
I'll,
one.
445.
I'm gonna
I give you
pull.
2
I'm
minutes.
pull
Go.
Idle and Genji Kenji, and we'll sit at one of the round tables because I actually want to
Nice.
hear what he has to say.
Okay.
we will sit.
In a world such as this one, where life is so very precious and death is so very final, does it not make sense to benefit from every avenue of wealth that you have at your disposal? Our Empress keeps us in a thriving economy, but at the same time, certain people make mistakes, and it is all too easy to enter a spiral that can wreck your life. What I offer is prepayment, almost unheard of in a world of any description, for custody of your body in the event of your untimely demise. And seeing as you guys are very clearly not risk averse, given that you entered an arena, it makes sense to me to at least offer you what I have to offer you. Your bodies are strong, but one day they will return to dust. Would it not make sense to receive a reward for your deaths while you are still alive to spend it? I don't know what your individual family situations are, but surely you have somebody on this earth that could potentially benefit from you leaving them some sort of money? Or in the course of your adventures, and I'm sure you will have many more, based on the what I heard happened in Dessel, would it not help you to have access to funds that would actually help you? The amount of money I typically offer is, in a word, life changing.
Well, we
Well,
certainly know a thing or two about life changing, but unfortunately, I'm out. I I have what you would call in this world a sugar mama. Thanks.
unfortunately, at this point, he's not mine. At least of us, he's covered.
You're
And,
welcome, Stephanie.
and as for, I can only speak for myself. Nothing in life is free. So forgive me if I don't take just a small pinch of salt when you offer such a thing, because it does sound just too good to be true. There's a catch somewhere. There's always a catch. But
Well, my tall friend, I will level with you. There is no real catch. There is simply mutual benefit to both parties in such an arrangement. It is a contract, after all. You get to live and spend the money that I give you, and then you die. It could be tomorrow. It could be 10 years from now. I have no way of knowing. But I get your corpse, and based on the exchange rate for a body of your strength, I get compensated from the regime. What they do with it, I have no idea, and I have no control over. But it's just a husk at that point. You've gotten everything you can get out of it. And at that point, I as well will have gotten everything I can get out of it.
Give me some real numbers, not just your changing spiel. How much are we talking?
Do you alter your voice when you speak?
I do. Makes it a little bit huskier and phlegmy, a little breathy.
Uh, he smiles broadly at you and says, I am so glad you asked. I offer 1,000 gold and a magically binding contract. Per individual who wishes to enter this arrangement with me. It precludes you from selling your body more than once to another contractor, and I am alerted of your demise when you expire.
Cracker, I'll sit back. Sorry. Not very life changing for me.
To most of the individuals in this town, 1,000 gold is enough to make them live very comfortably for the rest of their lives.
That's saying
Sure.
something considering how egregious they sell things for here, as I've learned.
You thought the rates were great.
Yeah, I did.
But then you explain to them, "Oh no, honey, you're getting fleeced."
Right.
Um, I
I,
understand. Go ahead.
well, unfortunately, that is your 5 minutes, and Ron will stand up. I respect you taking the time to pitch your offer. I can only speak for myself. I cannot speak for any of my compatriots, but I do not believe that I would meet the criteria of a mutually beneficial arrangement. So I, for one, will be bowing out of this.
Question.
Yes, dear.
I know, sorry, out of character. Um,
Mhm.
I know we have a pin in Riker and Lytle. can we put a pin in this just in case? Because I want to talk to Kyle and see if Genji is greedy enough to sell his body for that kind of money. Just
It would
saying.
be so
Or a
funny.
thousand.
What? What would you like to roll to see if Genji has the amount of self-control necessary?
Well, what do you think he? I don't know what kind of role that would be.
I feel like that would be a wisdom.
A wisdom or a
Other
con
DMs.
save, one of the two.
I'd
Yeah.
say wisdom.
I'd
Okay.
say a wisdom save.
Okay.
Which one
So
is it that you're smart enough to know that a tomato's a fruit but doesn't belong in a fruit salad?
That's wisdom.
Okay,
Right.
there you go.
okay. Save.
Yeah, yeah, you're saving against Genji.
Yeah.
Wait. Who's rolling this? Genji or Kenji?
You, I assume, Kenji, are rolling as a save against Genji's persuasion.
I see. Okay. Wisdom. Got it. Oh Lord.
Oh no.
Oh
Oh
no.
no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Gotta use that. Use an inspo. Use an inspo.
Let me see if I have any. I don't know if I have any right now.
But here's the thing. Can he use a wisdom? Like, can he use that against himself?
Oh, wait, should I roll something like for Genji like against I guess it doesn't matter. I rolled poorly.
Unless he rolls a nat one.
That's true.
It's up to you.
In that case, have okay, that's the wisdom save. How about you do a counter persuasion from Genji? Because this is him
Okay,
trying to convince you.
Okay, so here's the problem with that. It doesn't
Oh,
matter
no.
what I roll, he's got a +6.
Ah.
So, um
Unless he rolls a nat 1 and auto fails.
that's true. Okay, I will
There's
give
a
it a shot, see what
5%. There's
happens.
a 5% chance.
Oh, he rolled the nat 1.
Are you kidding me?
Yes, he did. I can verify. He rolled a nat one.
I see it on my
Percentages.
screen. It's so great.
That's fantastic. Listen, guys, just statistical. It's a big deal. That's
You're telling
fantastic.
me.
For
Whew.
once,
Okay.
Genji goes to make a point and flubs it.
Yeah. I swear, you and Kyle clutch and only clutch dice rolls. Can we count on you guys? Like
Yeah,
truly.
right.
Truly. It is categorical at this point.
Okay, so I think like he had to try hard enough that you guys probably heard him
You go-
say, "Shut your dang mouth."
Right.
All right, then I will
You
roll
mutter
it.
under your breath, "Shut up," to somebody.
Yeah.
Roll me a what is the check you roll to see if there are two people and
Insight.
go right
And
ahead. And Riker, since you're
guess
there as well.
and guess what?
You figured it out?
Rourke will just raise an eyebrow, log that away for
Yep,
out of
yep.
public, but
just,
Roarin,
just as a cough there. Mm.
Hmm.
Roarin just
Well,
heh.
Riker is a little distracted, so he rolled a 9.
I
That's
rolled
okay.
a 21. The DC
Nice.
for Roarin is a 20.
Wow, good job.
So
Mm.
So for everybody else, mark down for the next day, the DC has lowered to 19.
Yep. Better luck next time, Riker. Red, do you know? You know they're two people.
Yes, correct.
Wasn't
Yeah,
he
you
one
were
of the first people to find
He
out?
was, because he's got obscene insider perception or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And plus, when
Indeed.
it comes to souls, Red's that's his sixth sense.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Like
He's
upon
got some.
meeting, I went,
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you've got some woo-woo senses going on for real though. So the corpse collector or the corpse contractor, now you've got me doing it, sighs and said, "Well, there is always a chance for negotiation. I'll have to get authorization for a higher offer, but considering you are champions of Dessel's Arena, I think it would be pretty easy to achieve. What is a number that you would like to see?
Okay, I want to pull one of those things. You know those people who like they sit there and politely listen to your spiel, but then they're like, I'm gonna think about it and I'll let you
Right.
know.
And
I'm
they'll
gonna do one
never,
I'm gonna do
yeah.
one of those things and just never contact him again.
I can't tell you, as someone who is an entrepreneur and sells a product, how deeply triggering it is to hear those words.
Dude, I totally understand.
Joking, that
I
just
really
made my heart sink, like, in real life. Like, it hurt my feelings. Yeah, go right ahead. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. I'm not hurt, I'm not bitter, it's fine. No, that's
I
totally cool.
I will look at him and say, well, my number is north of 40,000.
He puts an elbow in one hand and the other hand against his tattooed chin and says, "You would have to be incredibly valuable in some way to throw around a number like that."
Well,
He's just putting a bigger target on his back
just
at this
just
It,
point.
know that I am.
tell me exactly what makes you think your corpse is worth that much.
You asked for a
Shut up, Red.
number. I gave you a number. I've
And
learned.
value and value must be justified, my friend.
Yes, I value myself more highly than others, I suppose.
Anyone else want to come back with a number? There's always a chance I can get authorization for it.
10,000 gold.
How much? 10,000 for you?
10,000.
Now, see, that is a number I can justify.
Well, you must aim higher, my friend.
Anyone else? Well, I'll go back to my boss and see if old Cherish has something to say about that number. I will bid the rest of you good evening, and thank you for letting me at least speak my piece. He downs what's left of his glass, turns around, and literally just walks out the door.
Oh, I was gonna try to catch him before he left.
For what?
I was gonna ask him where he got his coat.
He said you have the same tailor.
He must
Oh,
have
so it
got
came
it
from the same
in.
guy. Nice.
It must
Yep.
have. It must have come from Mr. Ravenholt.
Yep. Yep.
I'm just gonna.
Uh,
I'm gonna like photographically take a picture in my brain of
ask him to
that
replicate
outfit
it.
and ask him.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Awesome.
So now we
Well,
have a title to that name that we heard back in uh, Eldrin.
sorry, what now? What title?
Boss Cherish, Body Baron.
Yep. So he's clearly working for Boss Cherish, the Body Baron. That is, I think, a connection that you just now made because you knew there was a Boss Cherish, but you didn't know, I don't think, that she was a Body Baron.
Actually, checked my notes. It does say Body Baron, but we didn't have the
Okay.
context for what that meant.
Right.
Yeah.
Now you
I think
do.
now, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Your brain was still coming online as a, even though you were kind of sort of aware of this in your previous life, I imagine, you know, with time, more things come back to you. You're free to leave. I take it you probably go out the east gate and head into the woods.
As as we kind of break through the gate and kind of get out away from everyone, I will explain to the group. Listen, I know your first thought was, Red, shut up. Why are you giving him such a number? My hope is that he tries something stupid. I despise his kind. And I pretty well believe that Kellenvor probably is not a fan of his either. And I'll
And
look
I'm
up
fairly certain
and I'll be like, right, big guy? Just with. Mm.
and I'm fairly certain that Lathander would solar beam smite me on the spot if I ever took an offer like that, even justified. Oh, and by the way, Lydell, I'm gonna give you a friendly piece of advice. Whatever you were planning, I need you to listen. Don't. That might be a little out of your wheelhouse. I do not doubt your capabilities. That is out of your pay grade.
He grins that cocky way he does at you, and he's got his thumbs like hooked in his like vest and or his armor, and is kind of sidling around with the group, and grins at you and says, "My dear friend, I don't know what you're talking about."
Just what he would tell him at, as subtly as he can. I was like, because Rory's the only other one that knows about and so for he's trying to like not subtly spill the beans to the group, just like,
Right.
hey, dummy. Now we are looking for a half-orc beauty, evidently. Lady Ursula, out in these woods hunting something. Sealbear was a little vague on that.
You head down the path that is clearly less traveled out the east gate. And as you do, after probably a mile, maybe two, you start to get the waft of something on the air. And you're now quite familiar with it, unfortunately. It's the waft of death. Uh, Perhaps in the previous world from whence you came, it would have had more meaning, but for you now, it more or less just means, hmm, could mean any number of things in the world you're currently in. And hang on, let me go back in. There we go.
Arnold take out his lock, curse is cleft. It's this kind of cautionary.
Oh, yeah. You come down the path and you enter this kind of glade. And it's quite lovely. The sun is beaming in like gorgeous spotlights along this mossy kind of floor. Hulking against the backside of this glade, furthest from you, are two undead giants who are not in a posture of attack or any form of violence. They are just kind of standing there, groaning through their, putrid lungs. Their clubs are at their sides. Their clothing's in tatters, and their skin even more so. And their eyes are glazed and sightless with death. Not actually sightless, they can see. Sorry, wrong wording. And there is a cart full of what looks like dead animals, and a half orc woman with jet black hair unloading the carcasses of these animals and kind of hucking them towards these undead giants. And as she shrugs off the carcass of an exceptionally large pig and it spats to the ground, she flips her long hair, and you have that slow mo moment of, oh, dang, she is really pretty for a half orc lady. Hair gorgeous, cheekbones high, fantastic hourglass figure, even though it's encased in armor. Um, she's got a warhammer that hangs on her at her side, and she is at least a foot taller than what this tailor would have been if he was standing next to her. You can definitely see how, yeah, yeah, she's pretty enough, all right.
Mm-hmm.
Give me an insight check, all of you that are present. All of you are present, except Lytle.
Insight or
9.
perception?
I said insight.
18.
5.
Let's see. Insight 24.
Okay. Riker,
9.
it's okay. 18 and 24, you guys definitely can grasp, as the adage goes, beauty is very much in the eye of the beholder. Um, Also, you can recognize how a glimpse and then years of yearning might have caused your tragically talented tailor to embellish his idea of this woman a little more than what reality portrays. She is still beautiful, but she is not the stick thin model figure of the mannequins that he has scattered around his shop.
Maybe he's got the target mannequins. Maybe they're a little more
Yeah,
rounded.
Well, that's not our problem.
True.
Roran is a little taken aback, actually.
oh yeah?
He's recognizing the very clearly warrior, but also the no, she's cute.
Yeah, right. It's like, I can get behind that, he says. I can understand. Um, it's precious. She reaches down and grabs what looks to be the corpse of a deer by two hind legs and literally just hucks it overhand into the pile that these undead giants are now like ambling towards and starting to eat. They lift these animal carcasses, the 20 or so feet in the air necessary to get to their mouths and just start chomping on the dead, putrid flesh, with their missing and jagged and broken teeth. And as she hucks the deer, she says, "Oh, yeah, yeah, eat up. Better them than the citizens. Do you guys make your presences known?"
Before we do, I'm gonna kind of lightly tap Rorn. Didn't that relatively ugly man in the office say something about feeding his giants?
Yeah, I have a feeling that this is the compromise.
I believe so.
So let's not start something unless we absolutely have to. Roran will pardon me, are you a Lady Ursula, captain of the
She
Sealbear's personal guard?
I'm gonna step in front of Rorn because he's like tall and intimidating, and just be like, "Hello."
um I love that you stepping in front of him at this moment.
I just picture being
um
in the woods, like by yourself with these, and you're like tossing animals to the giants, and then you hear this voice, and you turn around, and there's Rorn. Like, I mean, yeah, I'm. Other than throwing Riker up here to be completely confrontational.
yeah, Roran has a moment of excuse you, and you're just, just like,
It's not like
hold
I'm
the heck.
blocking his view. He is still staring over me.
You might be blocking something, and you wave awkwardly at this woman. I'm kidding, I'm joking.
Bring
Uh,
it down.
Or
I
are you?
yeah, sorry, I have to. I'll
She
shut up,
turns
I
around.
promise. She turns around, notices the party, and is like, "Can I help you? Who are you? Why are you here?"
This is going to be slightly awkward. There was a gentleman, a fine gentleman from Dessel, by the name of Elian Ravenholt. He caught a glimpse of you some years back, and, well, gestures to Red's attire. You have inspired him to such a degree he declares you his muse without knowing your name, and sent us, as payment for attiring ourselves in the arena. We are the champions of Destiny, you may have heard of us, passing, to deliver a gift to you in recognition for your astounding beauty. This man's words. And he will reach into the bag of holding that he did not give back to Riker, and he will withdraw the dress.
I don't know who that is. I am dreadfully confused.
Yes, well, that makes 1, 2, 3,
All
4,
of
5,
us.
6. Yes, well, we found you. Here you are. I'm assuming Red's, or not Red, but Roran's kind of holding out the dress, and I'm gonna like size the dress with my eyes, and then see if it looks like it would roughly fit her.
Again, to be fair,
Uh,
we did not know who you were. We were just given a description and did not intend to come upon you the way you are. We're simply here as messengers,
It's a
as they
25
say.
on perception, by the way.
the dress would absolutely not fit this woman. She is, in a word, thick and
With C's.
yes, with a minimum 3 Cs. But she is in her own unique way quite pretty. Um you can see how strikingly she is, like different from all these stick thin elvish figures that you just walked out of General seeing. How
She's the
she would
only one
stand
that's
out.
like a personality. Like it's not like artificial beauty. It's like
Right.
the influencer models are like and then like just the natural in the wild just no, that's a human being just pretty. Or in
Exactly.
this case, a half orc.
I will turn and face Rorn and just look up and go, that dress is not gonna fit her.
I know. We can at least say we tried. It's the thought.
So hang on. So you're telling me some random man years ago caught a glimpse of me and I've been in his head ever since?
It was awkward for
Yeah.
everyone, but and
Yeah.
I will twirl in my clothes and go, it paid for this.
And you left quite an impression when I say his entire shtick has been irrevocably altered.
She looks like she's actually like considering like the repercussions of literally having haunted someone's dreams for years on a glimpse. And I'm gonna roll. She looks over her shoulder as the giants seem to be crunching through the spines of what's left of their individual meals and says, "Oh, no, you don't." And takes what looks to be a dead and bloated, like, cow, huffs it on her shoulders, and, like, spins around to gain momentum and then hucks it like a couple dozen feet at the feet of these giants, and they collapse on this carcass and tear it in half and each start eating a half of it and says, uh, she dusts her hands off, even covered in corpse goo, she's still somehow gorgeous, and she kind of sidles towards you all and says, I don't know what to say to that. I'm Needless to say, in this town, it's hard to come across any prospects. Those elves are,
Oh, we know,
in a
dear.
word,
We know.
she smiles.
Oiki.
She smiles gratefully and says they tend to keep to their own. And my employment's too good to pass up, but at the same time, I I'm not happy. I'm lonely.
I will step back around Rorn. And accidentally fall forward and push him forward.
Oh.
You know what? I will intentionally not roll a dexterity check to.
Oh.
Roran will.
Roar.
That is a
Love you
nat
so much.
20 on my athletics check, by the way.
Heck yeah. Oh yeah,
We
I
are
don't think
rolling hot tonight outside of
y'all
prayer.
roll hot on the dumbest stuff.
That's all that matters.
I can
That's what makes
count
D&D
on it.
great.
I can count on it. You roll the best narrative. This is truly, truly God's story, and God clearly has a great sense of humor. Um, you stumble forward. Are you stumbling forward with the intention of like getting closer, or are you trying to like intentionally like fall on your face? I don't understand what you were trying to do initially to rule what the nat 20 is for.
I'm pushing Rorn towards her.
Got it. So you're like, go get her, boy.
Yes, yeah. But
Got
he's
it,
I'm
got it, got
intentionally
it.
choosing to
big.
not contest that.
Yeah, so it's not
He
like I can just gently nudge him. I have
right.
to give
He
him
is
the
a Lord's Roan.
football
Yeah,
stance.
yeah.
He
He
is
is a
big.
rugby player by
Mhm.
comparison to your. Yeah,
To my
So
soccer
Roran
player.
will kind of
yeah. I was gonna say soccer.
help, like, kind of act like he was moving forward and kind of like trip a little bit and like, sorry.
Uh, um,
I I understand it may be not your size, but you have to give credit. It's the thought that counts. He will hold it out. Actually, he will. It's in one hand. He will sheathe the
yeah.
giant great sword behind him,
hmm
and then hold it with two hands and present the dress to Ursula.
She takes it in hands that are calloused in the ways of her weapon and holds this delicate fabric like she's holding the first precious thing she's ever been allowed to touch. And stares at it and like looks at all the detail work on it and every stitch done with care and albeit a little bit manic passion and says, "He made this for me? Thinking of me?"
He did indeed. However, he may have gotten a couple details, and you know what? I'm going to roll a perception really quick to just casually mention how the dress does not do a good enough job complementing her
Attaboy.
physique.
Attaboy, get
There you
after
go.
it.
I
It's
will,
just
as I see him kind of sizing this up, I'm gonna poke my head around and go, and our friend here made it his mission in life to find you, and then poke back behind him.
I'm gonna nudge Lydell to connect us mentally. Be like, "Be our boy needs all the help he can get. Connect us."
Y'all are in the background singing like for Ariel and Prince Eric. Kiss the girl. Woo! Shana la 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 la. Don't be scared.
This was
Kiss
not
the
on my
girl.
bingo card, seeing where this was going to go.
Listen, we're just having some fun. You're never gonna see this broad again, okay? It's fine.
That's what you think. She is now part of our group. Be
Oh
ready to
gosh.
pilot
Yeah.
her.
I already got rid of one of your girlfriends narratively. Don't make me do it a second time.
Guess who else has a sugar mama now?
That's right.
Right?
We are going to go to the ends of the earth so that Roran has love. So
Yes.
yeah, you're stuck with
That's
her now.
right. Oh my god. Y'all are killing me with the chat. I'm dying. So you What do you say to this woman after she asks, "Is this dress for me?"
He says, yes. And with a 19, he will persuasion,
Uh-huh.
or make a comment of like, however, I don't know technical terms on dresses. Like, he'll make a comment on how
The bodice, maybe, like the upper part of the dress or the skirt part?
I think more how the sleeve, because the way the dress is, it will complement and show her muscles quite well without like a little alterations, but that the dress will complement her physical prowess without feeling the need to hide them, complementing kind of like her
This is gonna
physical
be
beauty.
That's all my
the most awkward flirting we will ever see in our lives.
And
Drink
I am
this up,
here
people.
for it. I am
It,
so here for
it
it.
is a statue with a -1 charisma. So a 19 is as good as you're gonna get.
That is fantastic considering you. That's awesome. So you make a comment about how like, it'll actually accentuate her muscles in a way that is not like, in a nice way?
hmm
Okay.
It's not going to break the dress because I imagine the fabric will actually expand a little bit, and in fact probably suit her more than had it been to the thin or
Um, she kinda gently, like, folds her fingers around it as if marveling at the softness of the fabric. She very clearly comes across as someone who's done nothing but wear, skins and furs and armor and rough clothing for probably her entire life. And what color was this dress? Do you guys remember?
I believe it was mostly I don't think
Wasn't
you
it
actually
mostly
told
black?
us. I believe you said mostly black because almost all of our gear outfits were mostly black. So
True. I will allow you guys to have some creative influence. Uh, do you want it to be a different color in this moment? Because what he views her as wearing would be different from what his personality would make his product.
if anything, what would complement black? Maybe instead of all blacks, this is more like dark,
Red
dark,
accents.
dark
Blue.
blue
Mm-hmm.
with select accented color. Like
Okay.
Riker said, or like Jesse said, maybe some red.
Like deep red
Okay.
accents.
Nice, nice. Uh, I can totally envision that, like gem colors, like deep, rich color. Um,
Mhm.
she's very clearly a winter. Um, so you
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure, for sure, our girl's a winter. She kind of folds her fingers around this dress, and the fabric of it is softer than she's probably touched anything in a long time, and she says, "Where did you say he lived?"
Dessel.
"That's not too far. But what will Seal Barator even say? I don't even know if he'll release me from his employ.
You, what you do is on your own. Again, you made quite an impression on this young man, and he had no ulterior motives other than to present with you a fine dress as a way of thanking you for inspiring him. Nothing more. If you wish to go travel to say your own thanks, that is on you. If you wish to simply remain, that is also on you.
I'm gonna poke my head back around. Or if you want to thank the person who brought it to you, pop back around.
um
There's a nice tavern with drinks.
We know a
At the
guy.
at the very least, kind of might I offer you at least a drink to wash away the looks over at the undead giants that are finishing off their meal. Better company and better environment and better. Before you must head back to Silbertor, of course. At least two.
I I'm not sure. If I'm to leave, I think I need to just leave. If I go back to that town, I worry that I'll lose my nerve. She mutters almost under her own breath to herself, am I really doing this? His name was Ravenholt?
Elion Ravenholt, and if you do make it, when you make it to Dessel, look at the night was it the night sky? No, what's the name of the... Jesse, help me out here. Do you remember the name of the... What's the
I
name
feel
of
highly
the...
Where's
insulted that he didn't ask any of us except Jesse. I get why, but I'm insulted still.
It's okay. You're allowed to be.
Yes. And when you get there, and just let him know. Heaven's beautifully symmetrical mistake completed his task.
Remember that. She puts the dress, like, she folds the dress as best someone who's never held a dress before can, and kind of grasps it to herself and says, okay, I,
Ditch and tie,
I,
thing.
I will. Um, thank you. I think. Thank you. And she swoops across the space to peck you on the cheek, Rorn, and backs away. And orcs can't blush, but she darkens in her cheeks a little bit.
She's half orc,
And
that other half can blush.
her skin's green, dude. Um, and she backs away and eventually turns and walks off into the forest. And you hear her kind of picking up speed as she's beginning to jog and then lope and then run.
As our group chat says, boo. But
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna have fun. Before we move, I'm gonna do ascending. Calling Lyra.
All right. What would you like to do?
Lyra, my dear, the next time you're in Dessel, go to the clothing shop, find half-orc woman, hire her. Sending love, Red.
You got
Oh,
four. You got four more.
It's
One.
fine. I don't need them.
she understood.
She rejoins after a moment with a sort of she sounds a little bit winded. And although sending doesn't necessarily like say that it gives you the ambient noise around somebody, you can hear, for this instance, narratively fun, the sound of goat hooves pounding the ground, as if she's on the back of her mount making her way somewhere with great haste. You remember she told you she knew where or at least the general location of the esoterica, and you can only assume she is traveling there now. That is an odd request, my love, but I will I will do my best. Um much love. 4 days out. Be safe. And she's just going to let it go at that because she's clearly like distracted by trying to stay on top of a moving mountain goat.
I'm just gonna reach up and pat Roran on the shoulder. Don't worry, my friend. It will not be the last time you see her.
Oh.
Oh, the unexpected love triangle is beautiful.
There's a small part of me that does wish to see her again, but equally more so, I'm just glad to get her out of here. Speaking of which,
yes.
Rika,
Yes.
we are out. We have 18 days. You are going to start hulking. What? And why? Understandably, there's some things that don't quite line up, but you start talking.
I do agree. We must speak about you yelling at Riker last night. It
Lytle.
made for yes, it made for interesting ambient noises as I was trying to sleep. You called him a lot of unsavory names. Some
And
I jotted in
colorful.
my journal.
Red. Not understand the concept of privacy, my friend.
It's not my fault that the walls were paper thin. You apparently used to live here. You should know this.
Well, as you might have surmised, I didn't live in a tavern. My accommodations were quite different.
Obviously.
Speaking of, you were awfully quick to want to run away from there.
Uh-huh. I like
Roll,
living. I don't want
roll,
to return dead.
Red, I'm gonna have you roll me. Is it perception that you have that crazy high thing in?
Yes.
Roll me a perception check with disadvantage because Riker was technically in a disguise self spell, and he did roll well to kind of control himself exteriorly. But you are
I rolled
unnaturally
a
perceptive.
Okay.
I am. 24 is the number I had.
Uh huh.
So far, I've got you beat.
He is the cleric. He sees all. Um, you
So it's a
get the.
20. So it's a 26 and a 28.
Oh
You
yeah.
you got lucky that the 28 would have been a nat 20.
You have no idea the context of it, but perhaps you get the idea that the reason Riker was unhappy with this individual's presence was because he knew him. You don't
Yeah.
know how.
I'm sorry. DM, I do need to clarify. I need to change that because I forgot that I didn't sleep last night. I have a level of exhaustion. So I should have rolled with disadvantage
That's
on
okay.
that con save. But so I did roll again. I still rolled pretty high. It would have been a 19. So if he gets more information from that, he would. But it still was high enough to keep everybody else
You're
from
good.
me.
Thank you for your honesty, dude, and I appreciate that. That's the level of consistency I love from these players, audience. So you know with certainty, based on that, Riker knows this corpse contractor, and you don't know how, but he is deeply uncomfortable with his presence.
His butthole puckered quite noticeably.
Yes, the pucker factor was strong. So you kind of you noodle on that for a minute as we kind of start wrapping up for the evening. The cart in front of you, where Ursula was giving these undead giants some uh, carcasses of animals, is has one like last animal carcass in it. And in the course of the conversation y'all have been having with Ursula, they have wandered over to it and have split the last creature. It was probably another large pig, and have consumed it. And the gore and the organs and all of the nastiness of a literal roadkill animal are kind of dripping down their chests and out of their gnawing, gnashing mouths.
Are they moving
And
forward?
the carcasses of these animals are gone. They most assuredly are looking for their next meal. And they notice you guys. And they start to amble forward.
Well, unfortunate.
I want to wait till they get about 30 feet away from us,
Uh-huh.
and I'll just. We don't have time for this. I will grab my holy symbol and will cast Turn Undead.
Heck yeah. Let's see if we can resolve it before we roll initiative tomorrow or next session. What is the save on that, sir?
They have to beat a.
Now, because you're leveled, does the number go up, or is it based on the spell level?
So they have to.
It's not a spell, it's an
It's not a
ability.
spell. Yeah, it's just a channel divinity. They have to beat a. Why can't I find it? I was looking at it earlier. They have to beat a 16 on a wisdom saving throw.
I don't know if they're gonna do that. Hang on.
Red is under
Both
problem.
both of them fail.
What's their challenge rating?
Just close the tab. Challenge rating. I'm gonna text the number to you.
Okay.
Because if they meet a certain threshold, they don't
They
run.
immediately
They are.
explode.
There we go. I sent it to you.
I kind of hope they explode because Rorn's like,
Oh yeah, you're good. Yeah, I mean even at level 20, that wouldn't blow them up.
Okay.
They just go the other way.
All right. Your god's power flows through you in a way that you have yet to exercise since you were resurrected. And it's, even though you guys, you and Kellamvor had a contentious moment last night, his power still faithfully answers your prayer as you grasp your holy symbol and send these undead giants ambling away. And you are momentarily grateful at the patient benevolence of your god. You know for a fact there are gods much more capricious and much more cruel than the one
I
that
will
you
whisper
serve.
thank you, but I will end it with "You're still an ass."
The holy symbol gets a touch hotter in your hand.
Fair enough.
we should move.
And,
Sends you some of that chest hair a little bit.
yeah, just a touch. And that's where we're gonna have to end for the night, friends. Gosh, it's good stuff. We are the Holy Rollers. God bless you all. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. We will see you next week at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. We usually get kicked off around 7:45 or 8 because we like the fellowship. Join our Facebook group, the Holy Rollers D&D group on Facebook, and we will see you on the replay. Bye.